Hi guys, I'm Rusty Dog. Welcome back to part 2, Car Mechanic Simulator and the restoration of BMW 507. Now, if you watched the previous video, you'll know that we bought this at an auction. The bodywork was a shambles. We've fixed the bodywork and we've got new wheels on it and new brakes. We've operated a few parts like the air filter, the ignition wires, the exhaust is a performance exhaust, and we were expecting a little bit more horsepower than standard, but in fact it dropped heavily, and that was because the parts inside the engine are worn anyway. So if we look at the car status, we'll see that we've got a lot of things to do with brakes, but particularly down here, piston rings we don't know the condition of, stuff like that. So like here we know one of them. The crankshaft here 63, so I can only imagine what the rest of it's like. So knowing that, what we're going to do right now is take off the gearbox so that we can remove the engine from the car. And then we're going to strip the engine down to its component parts, put it on the stand here. Anything that can be repaired will be repaired, but unless it's repaired to 100%, it's not going to go back on the car. And then we'll buy whatever's left, and we'll take it from there. Now, I wonder, I'm just going to need to, oops, don't want to mount, do I? Come on, get my stuff. Right, so we first need to get the drive shaft out, or prop shaft, whatever you want to call it. Prop shaft. That way we can see our new exhaust there, guys. Just looks the bomb. Now we have to get the starter motor out, standard procedure on these engines, and then we're going to remove the gearbox. I think we can leave the clutch in. And now I'm removing the gearbox. If I want to spend $2,500, I can fit a performance gearbox on this. But then if I don't, I won't know how much I clawed back with just the modifications I made. With me? Now, before we take the engine out, you've got to drain the oil out. And I tell you what, I've done nothing. I've drained. This will be the third time this car's had an oil change. Yeah, you do need to get the fluids out of the engine before you strip it down, so... Alrighty. Let's see if that is enough to allow us to pull the engine out. I hope so. We have an engine crane here. I don't think I've ever used this before. It's going to be very interesting to see if it's going to work now. Guys! Add engine. Yeah, this one. There she is. Oh. Oh. No. No. No, no, no. I don't want to do that. Come on. There you go. I want to rotate it. Thank you. Okay. So, you can go back to wherever you're going. And I want to take this out as well. I think that's it. Now this is just the engine. This, yeah, we've got all the suspension parts as well down here to replace. Well, the subframe looks like it needs doing, or repair or replace, I would say. but we will get that done. What we're going to do first is rebuild the entire engine, and then once that's done, we have a freshly rebuilt engine here waiting to go in. Then we'll put the car up and we'll do all the suspension parts. Get all that done first, and then yeah, altogether she'll be good to go. Does it still show piston ring here? It shouldn't do because the engine's out the car. It isn't. No. So all these like leaf springs, bushings and stuff, basically we've got to strip the suspension off this car on each corner and put it all back as new as we can and go from there. Right, I'm trying to actually focus on the car at the moment and trying to see what just trying to see what else needs to be replaced in the engine bay. I don't think there's anything. I think we did everything. Just the radiator, and we did that. The battery we didn't replace, but we did charge it up. It's had a fresh recharge. I suppose, guys, it is time to strip the engine. So, before I do that, I want to check my inventory. Make sure it's just maps. Okay, everything good. Everything good. I'm happy with that. Just want to make sure I had no leftover parts in there, and I don't. So there's the performance air filter we fitted. Now you're going to see the two brand new carburetors, 4-barrel twin. Oh yeah. And this manifold that we're about to take off isn't new, but it is refurbed. Here in my garage, I did it. To workshop. Right. So let's get the wires off. Get the clips off. The last time I did this, well, I haven't even done this before. My first time stripping an engine down and rebuilding, because the Dodge Charger had a brand new engine built from nothing. Just all brand new parts. Do that and do the other side as well. Get this guy off. So again, anything that's not 100%, firstly we're going to repair what we can repair, and then we'll take a look at what isn't 100%, and then we'll take that from there. Oh, you can't take the dipstick out? Normally you can. These are brand new racing manifold, or at least performance manifolds. As are the spark plugs. As you can see, they're not standard. Let's do the same on the other side now. Weld. Nice welds there as well. All right. Now let's concentrate on the front for a second. Get these fans off. The belts have to come off, the serpentines. I want to see if there's anything inside this engine that's really in bad condition. Because we're losing around 30 horsepower, which isn't great. In fact, we should have gained, I think the car should be running at around 457 horses. Something like that. We're running at 424 or something. Not running anything right. So yeah, we will either replace or refurb everything. Probably get a new fuel filter. I don't even think you can refurb a fuel filter. Not that I would want to anyway. All right, so let's get these rockers off. Get your rocks off. And we can dig into pistons inside. Oh, I can't use state. Okay, so you have to focus on the arm, not the nut. So it looks like we have 2 valves per cylinder. Tells you how old the car is. Looking around four valves per cylinder these days mainly. Get the rods out. Well, should have actually focused on that, it would have been easier. This should allow us to take the head off, and it does. But before I take the head off, I'm going to do the same on this side, get the rockers off. Mechanics can be tedious work, as it is here. I'm only doing this for one reason, because I can already sell this car at a profit. I could already have sold this car at a profit, fairly decent profit. A couple of thousand I would have made. Probably a little bit more actually, because I think I had a 13,000 bonus. I would have made 15,000, I think, on this, but I didn't have the heart really to sell it, because well, the reason is I was a bit peeved that I was running less horsepower than I should have been, especially as I'd installed some performance parts on, and so I want to get the horsepower back up to where it's supposed to be. And I think I might need to, if we can't recondition this engine block, oh god, we're going to be in a bit of trouble. Alright, so if we go back to, oh, is there a normal mode? Okay, hang on. Just press escape then. Right, yeah. Yeah, I just want to get the engine back up to the power it's supposed to be running. Maybe that's why the oil wasn't showing clear, because of the oil filter. Oh, why didn't I think of that? How many people were shouting that at me on the first video? Wait, I believe you. Right, let's get these caps off. I probably should have started on one side. Not in a very good state, but we're soon going to get an idea of the condition of this engine once everything has been completely stripped out of it. Okay. I like how if your mouse is hovering over both bolts, it will strip them both out. That's really cool. Okay, that piston comes out, that one comes out, that one comes out, that comes out, that one. We're all good. Pistons out. And of course the piston rings will separate once the pistons are out. And then the crankshaft. I pissed a piston there. Okay, so we've got the camshaft out. Oh, I see. Of course, finally we get the crankshaft out and we'll see. But we've got all the clutch to disassemble as well. I don't know whether I'm going to be allowed to do that here. Am I? I don't think it's going to let me take this off. No, I'll have to do it later. Bloody hell. Unless... I don't know, unless... Oh. No! Backwards! Go back, go back. That's it. Engine stand. Take off engine from crate. And what's it going to do with it? Oh, okay. So now we're going to come to here. And we're going to have a shed load of parts to restore. Looking at the condition as I'm doing things. Alright. Now the engine block itself is probably not going to be here because it's got the other bits on. There's a lot of parts here that are not. I think we need a new engine block, guys. Like this one, create a new engine. The thing is here, I've got the whole clutch assembly on here. And I obviously can't take that off. I can't take the crankshaft out because because the clutch is still on there, and I can't rotate the engine into... I can't rotate the engine so that it's facing the other way. I might have to let this go, guys. So, engine block and crankshaft. And then we need to replace all the clutch parts. How am I going to put the clutch on? Oh, I can repair that. I can put the clutch on when the car. Not a problem. I should have, after I took the gearbox off, I think I can maybe, could I put this engine back in the car with that thing? I don't know the answer to that question. So I'm going to find out. So I can get the clutch out. I think I'm probably going to replace all the parts anyway, if I'm honest. Sorry if I'm right-clicking too much. Fantastic, it has put the engine in. Okay. So we're going to get the car up and we're going to take the clutch off. I think it's only 3 parts, so it should be. There's normally just, oh bugger. There's normally just 3 parts to a clutch anyway. Should have done this first if I'm on. Doesn't matter. I don't want a part mount. So, you've got the release bearing, you've got the clutch plate, and you've got the pressure plate. Pretty much it. Flywheel, sorry, flywheel, and the clutch plate. There we go, and now we can get the crankshaft out. Right. Now we are stripped. So I think I'm going to buy a new engine block. because I can't hold the engine and stick it. I can't put the engine on the bench. Do it. That's not... Oh, I can keep repairing, look. I didn't know I could do that. I didn't know I could keep repairing until they went to 100. So, if I add the engine to the crate, get this, right? So that's just the block on its own. And I can't... I don't want another car. I can't really replace... I can't repair this. Because if I... Oh, take off part. Is that different from... Yes, it is. Repair again. There we go. Fully repaired. Probably cost me a lot less than it did to rebuild that. And there's the new engine. There's the engine block. That's the same engine block, guys, that we've just been playing with. All new. Right. Nothing goes back on this car. That's not 100%. Nothing. So what we're going to do... Look what I've got to buy. We're going to sort it by condition. Now, one way to do it is to just strip everything away here. And then as you come to as you come to build the engine and it asks for a part, that's when you buy a new part. What I'd like to do is add everything that's not 100% to a shopping list. Go and place them. Now I'm going to need to buy these parts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the vid and I'm going to buy all these parts new, sell these ones, and then we'll start assembling the engine. Because this is going to take a while, guys. It's going to take a while. Alright, and these need to be in name order, really. Get them in name order. I know it doesn't really help. It'd be nice to have them in name and condition. But yeah. So we're going to get this done, and I will be back. Okay, guys, we are done. And some of you are going to love me, and some of you might not. I have spent 6,000 in parts because, where possible, I have gone for performance parts throughout. Performance. Let me tell you what we have performance-wise. We have a performance clutch pressure plate, performance clutch plate, performance flywheel. We have a performance alternator, camshaft, 2 engine headers. I think that's it. And the rest are all standard parts because I couldn't get uprated pistons, unfortunately, but they are performance parts. And I spent 1,450 on a performance gearbox. Now I sold 1,500, 1,550. I sold my gearbox for 450, so it only cost me like 1,000 to operate the gearbox. So we are maximizing this car as much as possible now. So that's it. It's going to have a performance engine in it, and if you look at my inventory, you will see I have the performance alternator there. Gives us a 1.5%. Camshaft gives us 2.5. There's the clutch pressure plates, gives us an extra 2.65% of power. Then we have 9% on the engine headers, and there's 2 of those. the exhaust manifolds we bought before. There's the flywheel, another 3%. The gearbox, not so much in terms of performance, but certainly the gearbox probably going to be a bit better. I don't know what the 5 is there for. How big it's going to fit on the car. If it doesn't, then it's a lot of money down the shooter. Couldn't get an intake manifold, performance one. Couldn't get performance pistons, like I said. So we get that you don't know. That's pretty much it. Yeah, so all we got to do now is build the engine and put everything back together. It's going to look a little bit different, I would imagine, once we get to fitting everything in, but it's going to look cool. So, and then we'll put the clutch in once the engine's in the car, but it means that there's the performance camshaft going. But it means that after this we're not done because we have to do the suspension, obviously. So anyway, let's get the old pistons in. So everything is a brand spanking new. So now the question is, do we change the windscreen? Because that's not a 100% part either. So let's say it's got, I don't know, chips on it, or you know, it's just in a crack maybe. We would want it, oops, I better put this in, shouldn't I? We would want it fixed if it was our car, wouldn't we, guys? This isn't like simulated where you have to tighten from the inside and work outwards diagonally. It's not none of that stuff. Tighten these bolts in whatever order I want. And I don't have a torque wrench. Because this thing's zooming in and out all the time, I think what I'm going to do, put the pistons in first. I missed one as well. The sound of the overalls. Listen. That's what it is. It's the sound of the mechanic's overalls. Okay, did I do this one? No. Don't worry, I won't miss anything, guys. I might initially, but I won't miss it in the end. Do 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 do. Okay. Can now put the power steering pump on. That might have been a refurbished part, I'm not sure. Any reason why it's not letting us put the not letting me put the sump on? Oh, maybe. Okay, maybe I need to put another part on. Here's the performance alternator. Oh yeah. Can you tell? Yeah, the sump the sump is not there. Why? Because the timing chain needs to go on the cover. Oil filter. I'm still saying that the oil is going to be clearer than it was before. You gonna let me fit the flywheel? How? Now you're gonna let me fit the clutch, even though you wouldn't let me take it off before. Or maybe it would let me take it off. Just that I didn't delve into here. Maybe it does. See if it lets me put the bearing in. Ah, well, well, well. Talk to my auntie. Right, there's the performance clutch in. I don't know why. Maybe it's these clamps holding it in, but I don't know why it's not letting me put the base on. Because I missed this out. See? Said I wouldn't miss it at the end of the day. There we go. Sump, or the oil pan as it's known as here. Don't know about a pan, I wouldn't want any chips on it. Okay, so start getting the old crankshaft pulley on. Standard part. Pump. You're going to see some horsepower. We better see some horsepower increase, or I'm going to be not pleased. If it's going to be that much, guys, I might end up keeping the car for myself. Still got $120,000 in the bank. I can afford to keep the car. She's a nice car. In fact, I think I might. I'll just sell the Dodge and keep this one. I think this car would turn more heads than the Dodge. I mean, a 69 Charger's a nice car. No, not saying anything about that, but yeah. Can't beat a classic car that's convertible. Right, I know we can fit more parts right now, but oh, in fact, I am going to fit the exhaust manifold. Fit those because they look wicked. How good does that look, guys? You wouldn't think this was going into a car, you know, that is as old as this one is. In fact, just have a look. So the BMW 507, let me see, produced from 1956 to 1959, 56 to 59, initially intended to be exported to the United States at a rate of thousands per year, it ended up being too expensive, resulting in a total production figure of 252 cars and heavy losses for BMW. I'm sure they made that up again. There's a version of it as well with the hard roof, and it looks really cool. It does look good with a hard roof. They only made 256 of these then, guys. 252, sorry. Yeah, only made 252 of these cars ever. 1956 to 1959. Does this look like a 56 engine? Geez, I am certainly giving it some, I am certainly giving it some extra oomph, aren't I? I'm making it look the business end of business. I want to see the factory horsepower, the horsepower I've got now, and then I want to see the horsepower we're going to be, and the torque we're going to be getting when I dyno this car again. And I'm expecting gains, because this is a fully performance engine now. I want 500 horsepower out of this thing at least. And torque, what was it before? It was producing some mean torque figures, 450 odd. I want 600. I want 500 horses and 600 torque. Alrighty, so now we've got to get the things in here. I had to buy 16 of these valve push rods. Can you get me a bit closer? Which one goes in this case? They're all 100%. Rocker arms. It's quite therapeutic, this as well, guys, this simulator, because it's not fast paced, you know, it's fun, and all the cars are different, and you can either work on customer cars, or you can just work on your own project cars if you want. It's up to you. You can just go buy cars from auctions, fix them up, sell them at a profit, like what I was trying to do with this one, but then I end up going crazy, doing a full performance build, which, yeah, I should have just made it mechanically sound, mechanically working fine, a little respray, you know, and then, hey, that's it. Put a nice respray on it, looks nice on the body, car runs and works fine, sell it at a bit of a profit. That's what I should have done, because that's what I should be doing when you're flipping cars like this. But no, me, I've got to go the full thing. Performance wheels, performance engine. And if anybody says to me, you shouldn't have gone that way, you should have kept it stock, I'm not going to argue, you know, because there's a very solid argument for that as well. So I'm not going to argue with you. Because on another day, or another given day, that's what I would do. I would just keep it completely stock, same rims. Yeah, I would do that and just give it a little bit of a fix up. Don't have to do everything. I could set myself a limit on condition and say anything that's below 75% condition will get replaced. Just makes it a bit more tricky if you do that, because then you've got to, you know, and unless you strip the engine down, you don't know if there's anything inside that's less than 75%. But then, what if there's something that's 76? You know, you're going to start double questioning yourself and going, well, maybe I could replace this one. And then, well, what about these 80%? Let's do those as well. And then suddenly you find yourself, oh, bugger it, let's just do everything up to 100%. Condition. So it's difficult to discipline yourself sometimes. But yeah, the sensible course of action would have been to strip the engine down and replace it with all stock parts. You know, maybe, you know, there's nothing to say you don't have to. There's nothing to say keep the stock rims as well. You can change those. You know, it's just let's put it this way, it's going to be very interesting to see what the value of this car is going to be, and also if it's valued, what the value is right now with the engine out, whether they're counting that or not. How am I doing in my inventory? Have I got any bits left? Gearbox, starter, that'll go in the car, drive shaft and brake servo. That's it. The engine is built. There she stands. Look at that. Look at that, guys. Oh, monster or not. Tell me that's not a monster car. Engine, I mean. All right. So we need to fit some bits on the car. Let's focus here. Go into part mount. We need to fit a brand new brake servo. And the starter motor we can't put on until we drop the engine in the car. Then we got to do all the suspension though, guys. Right, let's have a look. Car status. Yeah, 26,000 because I've taken the engine out. Oh, sorry, 265,000 is that? Yeah, 265,000. Wow. Global parts condition, 35%. I think so. Look at that horsepower. It's not 400, like I said, it's 200. It's 254, I think, stock. And it's down to 224, so 224H and 402 torque. But that's lower than factory, as we will see. Let's see. I think it was 265 and 475 or something like that. I really can't remember, to be honest. Interior. Now the interior, it's just the seats, the seat rollets, whatever they are, and the windscreen. So for 3 parts, I guess we should do them. So we'll put the engine back in, put the gearbox back in, get everything going, and then we'll have to start stripping out suspension. And do the same thing. Anything that's not 100% or that can't be repaired to 100% gets repaired. And we'll start looking at performance figures. Okay, so with the engine then, I have to get a bit closer here. Go. Take engine, the crate. Right click. Install this engine. In. So now we're going to put the rest of the engine in. Okay, so first thing's going to be the starter motor. Which is, well, no, got to put the gearbox in first. Look at that performance gearbox. Okay, and now we're going to get the prop shaft in. I think we're done. Yep. We are done. She's going to kick some butt now. Performance clutch, performance exhaust, performance exhaust manifold as well, performance engine block. Oh yeah. No. Before we do anything, see, don't know why I brought the thing down actually. Right, let's see if I was writing what I was thinking. It's here. Oh yeah, this is how much I level up, guys. I've only got that. Oh, unlock upgrade. I don't know what that is. Good to be lucky. See what that is. But yeah, my upgrade tree is done. Done and dusted. Right. Oil. Oh no, what am I doing? I'm adding oil, not taking out. Sorry guys, my brain just ain't what it used to be. This is like your vintage Honda S2000 kind of thing. Right. Sorry guys, I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I knew I was going to do oil, but I don't know why I thought I was going to be taking it out. I still don't know what those purple bits are. Right, so let's see if the oil is now less cloudy, or if it is as it's supposed to, or if it is that way. It is that way. So even the fuel filter didn't change that. Okay. Yeah, we had to put oil in the engine, guys, otherwise it would have been a disaster. Right. So before we get stuck into more mechanics, let's take the window out. Oh, I'm in the passenger. See, I want to change that. How do I start the car from this position? Right. Interior disassemble. I don't know what they mean by the rollet. Oh, the fuel tank, look. Ah, whatever. Fuel tank and the fuel pump. Maybe we can take that out when we take the suspension out. Drop the suspension. We have to take the rear mufflers off for that. Steering wheel. What does the dashboard? Right, let's go to the bench. Don't think there's anything to repair. Not. Pressing all the buttons. Right, so, oh, seat rollet. Okay, so that's the name of the seats. So 2 seat rollets and a BMW 507 front window. Okay, well, let's go here, see if we can get... It's not going to be here, don't be silly. So interior. Two seat rollets, please. I wonder if you can put any seat you want in. Oh, look, steering wheel. Well, that looks nice. I know. Can replace it. Okay. Hey, matching interior, right? Yes, okay, we'll replace the steering wheel. Oh, and we needed the front window as well. That's going to be here, I guess, community cars, because it's a mod. BMW 507. No front window for that one. Jesus, at least I'm getting a discount. I probably get discount because of my unlocked tree. Okay, so I think we need to go into interior disassemble and change to assemble. Seems to work. I put this one in. That's probably better actually. And we're going to put in a brand new seat. Put in a brand new seat. Oops. Keep pressing escape. I'm trying to get out of assemble mode. Put a new front window in. Okay. But now that we've done that, what do you guys think of the new steering wheel? Better? It is, isn't it? It's a thicker grip. Looks a little bit more modern without deviating too much from classic. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's thicker than like your classic wheels, because normally the classic ones are very, very thin. That can't be the prop shaft. That's just a glitch. Because the prop shaft should be going underneath the tunnel. There's no way in the real car the prop shaft is visible. No way. No way. Not accepting that as even a thing. Okay. This thing is now going to cook some juice. We still now, even though we've got the engine in, it's not going to give us the new figures yet because we have to dyno the car. And these were the previous conditions, or no, sorry, these are the current conditions of the suspension parts. Everything else, as you can see. Now this, it doesn't know yet because we haven't taken these off yet. So we're going to have to start taking those off. And there are parts to replace still on this car. Before we do that, guys, I don't think, oops, I don't, oh, yeah, I did need to go there. I knew I needed to go there. So let's just sell these seats. Steering we probably paid $100 for. Yeah, I'm just thinking, I don't think there is any parts on this vehicle right now that's going to affect horsepower. So my question was going to be, do you want to see the numbers on this car already? But I know some of you probably will. But to be honest, I want to get this car all 100% sorted before it goes on the dyno. So we're going to strip all the suspension off it, front and back. And yeah, here we go. It shouldn't take too long to do. Get 2 bolts off, get the brake pads off. Yeah, the fuel tank would be nice, but can we concentrate on the brakes, please? I wonder how it'll perform on the quarter mile and stuff. I can't remember what the numbers were. 6.6, wasn't it? 0 to 100. Oh. On the drag strip. Well, we're going to see the difference. So it's just really a case of just stripping the whole lot out. Take the bushings out first. Called bushings. Normally I say bushes. I think both are appropriate. Both work. Okay. Can't get the fuel tank out yet because we need to do the other side. Look how clean these parts are. You really know when you've got a performance part on this car, on these cars, because they're just so shiny and blingy and new. A blingy engine is nice to a point, you know. Nice looking engine inside with some couple of chromy bits. That's nice. I don't like a lot of bling outside. I don't like it to be too much, you know. There is such a thing as overkill. And I see these cars, guys, that have got, I don't know what you call those wheels. You get them in America, where the wheels are just 10 times bigger than what the car needs to be. And the tires are just like, you know, they're so thin. They've got huge rims, usually solid, spokes probably, and then they just got a tiny little tire around the outside, and it looks ridiculous. I've never seen anything look so. I could not drive a car with wheels like that and not be completely embarrassed. Couldn't do it. I don't know how anybody remotely thinks that that looks good in any shape, way or form. Anyway, each to their own, I suppose. That doesn't mean that their own is any good. Right, so the prop shaft has to come off because we need to drop the axle. Fuel tank. To take. Don't understand why we have to take the fuel pump out first. It should come out with it. Alright, that's it. So that's the whole rear end obliterated now. I hope. I don't think there's anything left there. Clearly not. Now what we can do in the inventory is, well, let's repair what we can repair. and then we'll put the back end together first, and then we'll do the front end. It's going to keep paying until everything is done. I'm clicking here. Achievement unlocked, regenerator. Oh. Right, now how many dodgy parts have we got? Tank, 58%. Okay, so we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 parts to replace. And 8. Oh, look at that one! Sheesh. Okay. So, sorting by name is also a thing to do, I think. Missing parts. So we need a fuel tank and a rear axle knuckle housing C. Rear axle knuckle housing C. Okay, let's get those. Do-do-do. I don't think we can get performance versions of these. So we'll need the one of those. So back in the inventory then. Can ditch this one. Oh, this thing. 1%. That was about to go. Right, we need 2 B shock absorbers and 4 small rubber bushings. So we need 2 of these. And we need the leaf springs, which it looks like we may have repaired, did we? Yeah, we did. We repaired them. Lovely. Fuel pump as well. Now this is now anything that we've just anything that we've replaced with new, I'll get rid of so I don't have crap in my tree. I think that is it, guys. I think that is it. Now we can fix the entire rear end. Fantastic. Perfect. Let's put the rear all back together. So, I'm going to start in part mount mode, and the first thing is the fuel tank. Then pump. Otherwise, she ain't starting, as I have found out before. A bloody Dodge. Staying in the middle of the car here because it looks like it parts on both sides. Oh. Okay, it's knocked me back here, but I can still do this. But I'll get the bushings in. This car's going to be worth a bloody fortune by the time I'm finished with it. Once I'd bought the car from the auction guys, I had $129,000 remaining. Now I've got 118, so I've spent around $11,000 in fixing this car. Plus the sale price of 270, whatever it was. Let's say 275. So 275 plus 11 makes 286. Yes, that's what I've got into this car. It's worth a lot more. Trust me, they've already said how much it's going to be. It's going to be even more now. Yeah, so I'm around that much into the car. Hold on a minute though. 275, 286. Yeah, 286,000 I've spent to get the car fix it up. What am I missing, guys? Something is not chilling. Have I done everything on that side? Ah. See? Because I saw something previous and I thought I'll do that later, and I knew I hadn't done it, but I couldn't remember what it was. Did know there was something. Right. Let's go to the other side now. This is what you would call a concourse restoration. When you not only replace with new parts, that's not enough to get your concourse. That'll get you showroom, I think. Concourse is replacing every nut, every bolt, everything. Yeah, concourse is ground up, you know. Still need to put those U-bolts into this side. And the bushings. We won't miss anything because I have my inventory to fall back on. Let's get these in there. Okay. Oh, I'm not bothered about the drive shaft yet. Ah, come on, man. There we go. Right, is that everything in terms of the rear end? It is indeed. Now, we won't need to take the prop shaft out in order to do the front end, so we can now reinstall that. It's sweet. So the rear end now is looking clean. I keep thinking the new owner is going to be so happy with this car, but part of me doesn't want there to be a new owner. I want this bloody thing. I want it to be for me. But I'm going to make so much money on this, I think. I'm going to make a decent amount selling a very, you know, uprated version of a car of which there's only 200 and something in the world. And now I'm kind of wishing I should have kept it standard because of how few the cars there are like this in the world. But we can't be mixing reality with you know, with virtuality. Let's see what we need to do here. Take this suspension arm out. I want to get down to the subframe. Take this subframe out here. I kind of take the knuckle off the suspension. Weird. It's a weird setup. Normally you would take this off, I would think, anyway. The outer tie rod and the inner tie rod. All different setup on front and rear. And yeah, this is what I want to take out. It's cross member, but we obviously cannot do that until we've stripped out the other side. Sway bar doesn't want to come out yet. Let's do the other side. Okay. Did refurbish these brakes, did we not? Parts of them anyway. I suppose we should have... If it wasn't for the big horsepower drop, I probably wouldn't be doing this. I probably wouldn't have, you know, fixed the engine. But, and then if it wasn't for the fact that I've completely fixed the engine and it's all 100% sweet and performing now, I wouldn't be doing this. You know, because I thought, well, if I've done all the engine, I may as well do a full restoration now. I forgot about the tie rods. Take the bushings out here. The subframe. Seems to be like there's quite a few more bits on this front end than there is on the rear. Finally, one more. That, I believe, is that. That is the entire front end gone. Yep. What do we have? Oh. Don't suppose there's much point looking at these. Let's go to the bench and repair what we can. Just quickly whiz through this. Right. Oops. Now let's see what we have. Okay, so we need... I don't know which is... Oh, yeah, you have to buy both parts, don't you? Okay. It's mainly bushings that we need to replace. Bushes, bearings. All right. Right, I'm going to pause the video again to save you guys having to watch this. I'm going to get all new parts and we'll start mantling them. See you in a second. Okay, guys, I believe I have all the parts I need. I had to obviously pull the front suspension apart as well, so we're going to have to put that back together now. We want to join the actual shock absorber with the spring and the cap. Let's squeeze those together. Release the pressure. Okay, take that. And we want to do the other side as well, please. So if we can join that part, and that part. Washed tin there. Wish that got swept but never got put away. Alright, we're good to go. So in my inventory then we have see the wheels and the combined suspension parts, and we've got 12 new rubber bushings and all these bits, sway bar, cross member, everything is brand spankers. So let's start getting it all on the car. First thing is the cross members going in. I would have put the sway bar in. Let's put that in, just so it's out of my head. I don't have to think about it anymore. What happened? Okay, so we got rubber bushing there. Steering rack. Yes, we must have refurbished that because certainly didn't buy one. I want to get the rubber bushings in before the other parts because I don't want to forget them, because they are fairly simple things to forget about. Quite easy. Well, you know it. Hard to position. Sounds good. You don't have any lateral movement when you are, you know, when you're moving around here. There's no lateral movement at all. That is it. Lateral movement? No, no, it's not. I'm talking about moving backwards and forwards. Like I want to just move back now, go to my left, but I can't. I have to just rotate. Not like how I can just take a step to the side, kind of thing. It's not letting me do that. I'll get the tie rods in on this end. Might as well do this end now, I think. Oh, this side now, I think. Don't think there's anything stopping us doing this entire side. Or 2 bushings. Okay, sorry, just thinking out loud. Here they are. Trying to figure out where the 12 bushings went, and it's 4 around the subframe, 3 on this one, and 2 on this one. But this, of course, these have got to go on both sides. Drop link in. I think we've got everything on this side. Looks like it is. The bearing in, and can get the purple. Yep, it's all looking neato. Caliper and the thing at the back, the pressure thing. Sorry, brain's gone blank. The thing that squeezes the brake fluid through. Hydraulic fluid. E. So once we've built this up, guys, that is it. We're done. This car is finished. Then we'll be able to see what value. Looks like, you know, when I say how much I've spent on the car, you have to remember that there is money coming back to me from parts that I sell as well. So all I can say is how much the car owes me, really, which is not necessarily the same as how much I've spent on the car. Much. Okay, do have a drop link to go on. Do. Okay. All the bushings are in the. Indeed, they look. Cap. brakes. Right, so it's this thing. It's not what I was thinking. That's not the name I'm thinking of, but let's go with that. Brake caliper cylinder. Basically goes at the back, and then when you hit the brake pedal, it pushes the cylinder in, squeezes this back in like that way, and it squeezes your brake pads together. Anyway, that thing, cylinder, rubber seal there. The last 5 bolts, I think, guys, unless my inventory is telling tales. No, we're done. This car is finished. It is brand spanking new. I wish things weren't highlighting up right now, but they are. And this floor, it looks out of place here. Doesn't look like it belongs. Probably shouldn't even be here. It's just a bug in the modded, because it is a modded car after all. But they've done fairly well. I mean, apart from the prop shaft going in between the seats, which is just stupid, and the this dark square polygon here, which is, I don't know what even that's there for. I don't think cars back then had this kind of covers. Yeah, this thing's done. It's got oil in it and everything. So let's go and have a look at the numbers now, guys. The bit you've all been waiting for. And then we'll take it on the road, on the drag strip, and we'll see if the performance figures are markedly different. Oh, wait a minute. Let's go check something here. Car status. What's it worth? 416,000. Oh my God, I'm going to make so much profit. Left side mirror. Okay, screw it. I have to. No way. I know we reconditioned it up to there. We might be able to fix it fully, actually. There you go. Yeah, I didn't realize you just had to click on the damn thing again and it would fix it further. It would just cost you a bit more to fix it every time. There we go. Screw that. I wasn't going to have that at anything other than 100%. So, I paid, I don't know what, 270 something. I'm going to say it might be 272, it might be 274, it might be 278, it might be 270. Well, let's go in the middle. Let's go 275. And then I had 129 left. Now I've got 117 left. So that's 12,000. So 12,000 onto 275 is 287. So this car owes me $287,000. And look what I can sell it for. 416. Now, does that include this restoration bonus? I would say so, because that's a bonus and that's the value of the car. So I'm going to end up getting over $500,000 for this car. Yeah. Over $500,000. I'm going to make such a profit on this if I sell it. So 275 for the car plus 12, 287. Let's knock it down to 285. So I'm going to make about 30,000 profit. Is that right? No. Sorry guys, my not working enough. Do the calculator. Okay, so the car, let's say 275. Right, then around 12,000 in buying parts for it to fix it up, selling parts, everything. That comes to 287. Okay, 287. Now, here's the thing. If the car is valued, if I sell the car now, and I sell it for 416,499, which I will if I click sell car, and you add on the restoration bonus, which is 43299. A mistake there. 416,499. plus 3299 comes to 499,798. It's a couple of $100 short of $500,000. Now, if you minus what I made, 270, what my outlay, I'm going to make $212,000. Almost $250,000 profit. 212,000. Yeah. But look at this car, guys. He is so sweet. And I think when I bought her from the auction, she was in the right color already. She was definitely in the right color. Just that off-white, that creamy white is just nigh on perfect. So, I want to know what... Right, these are the current numbers, okay? But these are not the factory numbers. So I'm hoping when we do the dyno that it's going to tell me or remind me what the factory numbers were, because it's going to be a bit naff, doesn't? Is this interior condition 60% BS? What's that? I've replaced the seats, I've replaced the windscreen. What the hell? Where'd you get this from? Is that just a bug because I can't fix the ashtray? Or the carpets? I don't know what this is. There's nothing else I can replace on the inside. I've done the steering wheel, the car looks wicked. Anyway, let's dyno it. I don't know why it's 60% crap on the inside. There's nothing in the boot I can change that I don't think. There's the factory look, 257, 457. You better give me some big gains now. Get it up there, come on. Wow, what a drop off. Oh, holy camole, look at that, 42% gain. Screenshot. Now, okay, so it was 257 stock, but because I only fixed certain parts, it dropped down to 224. Now it's 366. Then the torque, which was supposed to be 457 from factory, dropped to 402 because I didn't fix all the engine. Now it's 639. Guys, I don't think these tires can put that power onto the road. That's crazy. 40% more power. 366 horsepower and a gargantuan 639 Newton meters. For a car like this, that is too much power. Oh my goodness. Have we got a car here? This thing is kicking ass. Let's see what the 0 to 100 is. Before, the 0 to 100 was 6.6. Can't remember what the other times were. But 0 to 100 kilometers, which is 62 miles an hour, is 6.6. Was 6.6. What's it going to do now? 40% better? It depends if we can get the power on the road. We have to put some slick tires on. Oh my goodness. So 0 to 100 is what I'm interested in. It couldn't reach to 300 before. I don't think it will now, but if you watch the first video, you'll be able to see what these 0 to 50, 0 to 100, 0 to 200s were. Come on, baby. Oh, whoa. 4.8 from 6.6. That's BMW E46 BMW M3 speed. Yep, the E46 BMW M3 will do 0 to 60 in 4.8. Can we hit 300? No way. No way. 237. So the 0 to 50 was before, it was 2 point something, but it might have been 2.5 or something, 2.6. 4.8 as opposed to 6.6. Sheesh. If that was your road car, you would be extremely pleased with that, considering that we've put in we haven't put in a turbo or a supercharger. It is still a normally aspirated vehicle. That's what I love about BMWs. You know, up until recently, their cars were normally aspirated, and you could get some really power without the use of having a turbo or anything. So, should we get it on the racetrack? And I didn't really do any lap times last time, so wow, amazing performance. It's to be a shame to let this car go, but it's gonna give me some serious capital. And it's not like you can do play around with it too often. Whoa, I can't control it. Oh, I can't control it, guys, it's too much. Whoa, that is one violent handbrake. It's just got too much power. Look, it's just wheel spinning. This is what I was saying. Getting the power onto the road. It's too much. On the rev limiter now. Wasn't doing that before, was it? I should say not. I was trying to get a drift going on there. This thing is brutal. Trying to avoid the back end going out. It's too much power, man. Too much. I have to get some slick tires on it. I can't control it, guys. I'm only using my keyboard, but I've got no control over this car's power. Oh, I just braked and it went to the side. It's too much power. We need to take some things off, guys. We need to take something off. It's got too much. Take the engine headers off or something. Reduce the power. It literally has too much. Mind you, I'm using keyboard, so it's digital. Maybe if you were using it's not responding to my game controller. But maybe if you were using something analog, you'd have more luck controlling this thing. But it is a 1956 monster. Absolutely. Abso-friggin-lutely. It's a bloody animal. It wasn't doing this before. No way was it doing anything like this. I have got no control over this. It's too much. It seriously is bad. Needs uprated brakes. We don't have a shop that sells uprated brakes, I don't think. Certainly not for this. every time I put my foot down, the back end just kicks out. I got it's a beast of a monster. Maybe Ken Block could have a go of it. Oh God. It's literally too much. He's just looking at me as if to say, "You want to go?" It's a crazy thing. It's a, what have I done? I have created a monster. Now, if I can do that with a 1956 classic Beamer, what the hell would I do tuning up a Porsche? My goodness. I feel like Rusty Frankenstein here. Frankenstein. Let's move the car to... Close the door, because nobody else is going to. I'm on my own here. There she is. The Beast with the unknown 60% interior. I don't know what the hell. I don't know. The only thing I can disassemble is the seats and the steering wheel by the looks of it. Dashboard is out. Even the ashtray. But I don't know what the hell I can do. Must be just a bug in the car. Has to be. So, would anybody like to buy this car? She is state of the art, top performance parts, everything. I think I got the right wheels. I think so. They grow on you. There she is, guys. Sell or keep. Let's have a look at the Dodge, right? Because the Dodge, I fixed that up from absolute scratch. I don't know what it cost me, but if I was to sell the Dodge, it's obviously not going to come anywhere near the price of the BMW. But this one will go for 70,000 with a 2,600 restoration bonus. Only 2,600 restoration, despite the fact that it's had a couple of performance parts put on. Not everything in the engine, because I already built that before I unlocked the performance part stuff. So I'm only getting 2,600 just because it's not. Is it classed as a rest? It's not really a restoration if you're building from scratch, is it? Well, that car kind of was. So I'll get like 70, 72, 73,000 from this. But I can't do anything with the cars. I can't drive them around and enjoy them. So they may as well get sold. Both of them. Both of them. And it'll be a shame to see this car go, but oh, wow, I made a beast today. I love this car. I love the way it looks. I love the color. The wheels are okay. They're not bad. They're not terrible. They're okay. They give it that kind of refreshed, modern, sporty look without taking away from its classic looks. You know? I would have preferred probably spokes, but the ones that they had in stock were crap. And she is an absolute monster. Absolutely. I would feel quite at home with a car like this, and that nice thick rimmed steering wheel really adds to it. Guys, this car's going to get sold. Even though I'm not going to have a worry with money on this game, you know, but there you go. It's not like, you know, I can keep it and then just go out in it now and again and go to places and do stuff. But I can sell these cars and pick up more expensive barn finds and fix those up. So she is going to get sold, unfortunately. So some buyer is going to come along, and then we'll be coming into here, and we'll do the paperwork. See, look, old Porsche 964. I've already done a Willys Jeep. That's a Mustang, right? Yeah, these are. Look how boring. I mean, I'm not a fan of SUVs, period. But how boring cars are. Look. How boring. These cars might as well all be painted beige. Maybe not that one so much, but that. Look. It's just so beige. If that car was a colour, it'd be beige. Look at this. This is passion. Hand-built passion for cars. It's just beautiful. What a sweet thing this is. Maybe I'll have to look at some more DLC, modded cars, not DLC, mod cars. Get some more classic ones and start bringing those to the game. I've got quite a few, they're just not appearing in the lists. Where does this car get 60% interior? What the hell? Everything in this car is mint. I wonder what I'm going to end up with, guys. I'm going to end this video right now, but I just want to check something out. 416,499 plus my restoration bonus. That's a really healthy amount. Plus what I have now, which is 117,260. 617,058. And I started with 400 and something. So yeah, I'm making a couple of $100,000, just over a couple of $100,000 from selling this car now. So it was definitely worth pulling the engine and stripping it down and rebuilding it from, you know, perfectly. It was definitely worth doing it. What a fantastic little project this was. It's too much power, I think. I think I've gone too far with it. It's undrivable with digital keyboard. But as long as you have a light throttle pedal, a light right foot, I think the car can be enjoyed. All right, I hope you enjoyed this little project, and I'm sure we'll do another one at some point. So until then, bid you farewell. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.